Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sharfina Ghaisani and I'm from class 4B and I'm from Department English Education UIN Hidayatullah Jakarta. Today, I want to explain the article review that I reviewed yesterday. So let's check it out. So, mostly on my base article review is about improving students' vocabularies. So I will to divide in 4 vocabulary teaching strategies for students. First, using kinesthetic. Second is using app-based applications. Third, using the audio-visual, like watching some movies. And the last is using audio, or we can usually listen to the music. So don't further long, so let's go to the next video.
To explain that, the first is the Chinese meme game, and the second is our course is all about extensive reading. Okay, the title on this article is about the Chinese meme game in teaching vocabulary in EFL classroom, written by Andi Patima Ramah Abdi and Andi Asrifan. So, the purpose of the research is to find the effectiveness of students by using Chinese meme games to develop their vocabulary skills. So the students can play with their gesture and act out for using their bodies. Even the students can pretend to sing or play instrument is being played. For example, like pretend to be a singer, like in television, which always memes. This game is a very positive for students because they can be aware of other players' movements for communication and easy activity for students who have difficulty with speaking, vocabulary, and etc. So, and the result in this journal, the major findings of these findings are that playing Chinese meme games can develop students can aim their vocabulary skills by using communication and make it easy for the students to have a new vocabulary with this game. So with the conclusion, with the Chinese meme game, students can develop their vocabulary mastery. Only just using the movement of their body, the students can guess what is the student do at this game. Article 2 is about our 4th semester course, the effect of extensive reading on English vocabulary learning, meta-analysis, written by Jiren Liu and Janin Zhang. So the purpose of the research is to find if extensive reading is a very effective for students for vocabulary skill by using meta-analysis. Okay, because there is using meta-analysis is very exclusive, focus on the examination of reading effects on vocabulary acquisition. But the primary on this study is to synthesize the findings of studies on the extensive reading's overall strength and the identification of the influencing variables. So extensive reading is one of the course, and then I'm pretty accept that because I already get some my many vocabularies at there, like reading novels, textbook, and of course article too. Okay, next, the result in this research are to find if the effective is using extensive reading for vocabulary skills. And the conclusion of the research is extensive reading helps students memorize the vocabulary fast when related instruction lasts shorter because they always read the books every day. Regarding in using pre-test and post-test, the reliability is reported by citing the data from the test manual. So the result is extensive reading can make students get more vocabulary in this article. Okay, second material, using applications or applications. So there are 4 that we can use. For example, and first is YouTube, which we always use that. Second is Duolingo apps. Third is Quizlet applications, and the last Cambridge Dictionary. Oh, Cambridge Dictionary can make students make some new vocabulary, I guess. Okay, the first is the effects of YouTube in multimedia instruction for vocabulary learning, perception of EFL students and teachers, written by Rania Kabuha and Tariq Elias. The purpose of the research is want to know how effective YouTube as a multimedia teaching for the lecture and vocabulary development for students is as. There are three questions to answer this research question. First, to what extent does the use of YouTube in EFL class improve the vocabulary comprehension and retention of students? Second, how do students view the use of YouTube in their class as a tool to enhance their vocabulary learning? And last, how do teachers perceive the use of YouTube as a tool to improve students' vocabulary learning? Okay, the results in this article, the conclusion of this research is that using YouTube is help in learning as well as for remembering the vocabulary. So there are 70% improving their vocabulary. Believe that YouTube can give more content to people who are boring with their normal studies. YouTube helps the student can develop their vocabulary by watching video like learning video, listening to music, watching a short clip, and other else to develop their vocabularies. For the for the and more, we can watch some movies at there in YouTube. Just buy some Google film. Okay. Fourth, the use of Duolingo apps to improve English vocabulary learning, rather by Pangku Adisoko. The purpose of the research is to find whether this application called Duolingo can be used by students to learn English, especially in vocabulary development. Okay, this application can help students for developing their vocabulary to improve their listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. Because in this app, there are so many plenty games at this app, so the students can play the games from the Duolingo application. So I never use this application, but once I use this, very useful. Okay, for the result, is the learners are more motivated to learn English, especially using Duolingo apps, because it's more skillful and the interest in learning English since using the application. They can be easy to understand material and practice vocabulary and give more development on their skills, especially with reading, speaking, writing, and listening, and also vocabulary too. 5. The effect of Quizlet on vocabulary acquisition, written by Abdul Aziz Besanosi. The purpose of the research is follow the track of Quizlet effect acquisition of L2, whose L1 is the Arabic language. So the L1 in this in this article is is usually speaking Arabic. So to achieve the student test following of this hypothesis, Quizlet improves learners' acquisition of English vocabulary. It attempts to fill in a methodological gap that emerged in most of the previous studies as stated below. Okay, for the result, as the result of this research, using Quizlet can use as the MALL for the students to learn vocabulary, especially for the L2 learners, and can perform more than other applications because there are many features on this application, and Quizlet represents an ideal environment for learning inside classroom or outside classroom. So this application is designed for the students will get bored with regular studies at their school or on their campus. So for this learning inside classroom and outside classroom, maybe is safe papers because papers is made by wood. Okay, Article 6. The influence of Cambridge Dictionary towards students' pronunciation and vocabulary mastery. So this is about this pronunciation. Okay, the purpose of the research is to find by using the online Cambridge Dictionary to help students to develop their vocabulary pronunciation. How much are students effective using this as their guide for learning English, especially for English education at the University of Technology Indonesia? So for this article is from University of Technology Indonesia, or we can call GELTL. Okay, for the result, as a result, using the online Cambridge Dictionary can help the students to produce new vocabulary, can help students with the pronunciation, because using the dictionary can help students make easier learn English, especially English educators. The third is audiovisual. So we listen and we watching. So yes, watching movies. Article 7. Students' perception of the use of English movies to improve vocabulary mastery. Writer Shahar Nurmalasari and Dia Aminatun. The purpose of the research is to look at how effective English movies are based on their perception because many students can use movies as their vocabulary learning and learn English like words, grammars, idioms, and some new slang. So in this research question is utilized, how is this perception of using English movies to improve their vocabulary mastery? And the result in this article journal, watching English movies can be a powerful learning media that can assist the students to develop their vocabulary mastery. And of course, using a subtitle. Don't use Indonesian subtitle, but English subtitle. Especially English subtitle can help the students with their vocabulary development and is very beneficial for the students to learn vocabulary by watching English movies. A little bit typo there. Okay, Article 9. What is your favorite movie? A strategy of English education students to improve English vocabulary. Writer Mata Widya Witasari, B.S.C. Mamora, and Ruth Octaviani. So the purpose of the research is want to know how effective English movies are for English education students to master their vocabulary. And because watching English movies can help the students to gain more vocabulary and make them more interested to learn English. So the researcher want to discover students' opinions about learning English vocabulary by watching English movies. As the result, watching English movies can be a powerful learning media that can assist the students to develop their vocabulary mastery, and of course using a subtitle, especially English subtitle, can help the students with their vocabulary development and is very beneficial for the students to learn vocabulary by watching English movies. So the result is the same like Article 7. Okay, the last is audio. So we always do activity, yes, listening to music. Article 8 will explain this. Do you like listening to music? Student thoughts on their vocabulary mastery using English songs. Writer Saleha Ismaini and Dia Aminatun. The purpose of the research is to look at students' thoughts on English songs based on their perception because many students can use English songs as their vocabulary learning and learn English words like grammars, idioms, and some new slang. So in this research question is utilized how are students' thoughts on using English songs to improve their vocabulary mastery. Okay, the result is songs can help the students master their vocabulary skills and they can find new vocabulary too from English song. Then through lyrics, the students can improve more vocabulary and pronunciation by hearing some English singers, especially those English speakers who are original. Article 10. Teaching English vocabulary using songs to developing students' vocabulary mastery. Writer by Marni Babawa. The purpose in this research is to look at the students' thoughts on English songs based on their perception because many students can use English songs as their vocabulary learning and learn English words, grammar, idioms, and some new slang. So this research is to find whether songs can develop students' vocabulary mastery or not, and whether the use of songs can increase the students' interest to develop the students' vocabulary mastery or not. And the result in this article is concludes that the songs can help the students to help master their vocabulary skills and they can find new vocabulary from English song. And then through lyrics, the students can improve more vocabulary and pronunciation by hearing some English singers, especially those English speakers who are original. Also, this is the fun part. Teaching English vocabulary can help by using sound can help the students to master their vocabulary because the result of pre-test and post-test 40.66 to 87.83. Okay.
Okay everyone, are you already heard about the review article that I explained that? And thank you so much to listen and hear about my explanation article journal. And so this is the last of my video for extensive reading 2022, and thank you so much everyone. Nun wal qalami wa man yasturun fastabiqul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Shine, shine until you're shining. Shine, shine by my side.